Hello, everyone. This is Mira Kelly. Welcome. I am so excited for today's conversation. I'm going to tell you a secret, and I want us to talk about secrets. And so, I want to tell you the story of a man. But as you listen to this story, please don't judge it. This is not the point. I want you to love him and accept him and appreciate him and learn from the story I'm going to tell you. And remember, of course, when we judge another, we're really judging ourselves. And if you were to look at a flower, um, and you love and admire and appreciate this flower, and then you notice a brown dried leaf, you don't love the flower any less. You love it just as much. So that's how I want you to think of this man. Just because I'm going to tell you a few things about him, no judgment, love him, appreciate him, learn from him. So, this man has three areas of challenges in his life. And the first one is the secret. The second one has to do with money. So I'm gonna give you the challenges so that as I tell you the story, then I can weave in all the pieces for you. The second challenge is about money, and it's all his life, it's always been about money. Um, he told me, for example, if he had to go do a friend a favor and drive this friend somewhere, he'll be thinking, how much does this cost me? How much the gas cost me? Much does it's all about money. Everything converts into money. And so it's always been a struggle, a desire, a challenge, money, right? The third thing that he wants to fix in his life, he wants to change in his life, is that he's lonely. His wife had died, and he wanted to attract a companion. However, every woman he would meet, he would relate to her either as a sister or as a mother. There wasn't that chemical spark, sexual attraction. So he was not really, creating a relationship. He was creating friendships, but not a companionship. And so now let's go to the secret, the first issue. So the reason why I realized that this is a secret is that when him and I started talking, he said to me, I wanted to say all of these things to you in person and not actually write them in an email, because when I die someday, my daughter will have to go through all my stuff and she would read these emails and she would actually learn the secret. And so he said to me that the story of what happened to him when he was between the ages of 10 and 15 was really very shameful for him. And so he was, he was very respectful in how he spoke, but he also wanted to explain to me what the secret is, right? Even though in his mind, uh, he was, he didn't necessarily use the word secret. So he told me that when he moved to another city when he was 10 years old, in order to fit in order to be part of the kids in school, he got engaged in some sexual experimenting. Now, so be it, kids do things like that. But then it kind of escalated from there, and that's where his shame and remorse came in. So this is the part that is really hard for me because this should never happen to any kid. So he was given things in order to experiment sexually with an adult neighbor. Wrong, wrong on every level. This makes my stomach churn, my heart breaks. Ah, he didn't say enough is enough. He didn't stop that. He knew it was wrong. He was aware that this is not the right way to do things, but he was liking what he was receiving. Now, hear this very clearly. He was getting material things out of the sexual experimenting, right? So, do you remember what was his question? His second question was, why is it always about money, 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 money? Everything converts to money. So that's how, with the same question, he was brought to participate in these sexual experimentations. Now, later it even escalated with the principal of the school he was going to. I mean, seriously. Ah, whew. He ended up doing sexual stuff with the principal of the school that he was going to because, you know, he got, he got, he, it just happened. I'm not even going to use the word tricked. It just happened. And so now he reached a place where he said, enough is enough. This is not right. I'm not going to do this. And I celebrate him for this because each one of us has the power to say no. All of us should say no. This is not the point of this conversation, but we all should teach our kids to say no to sexual stuff. I'm moving on before I get way too emotional about this. So he said no, life kept going. He was able to forget that. He was able to put it out of his mind. He got married. He had children of his own. He was working. He was he just life kept going. I had such a strong deja vu moment right now as I was looking down and losing my train of thought. I was like, I've done a video on this already. And so going back to the story, now this man is 82 years old. And during the quarantine, the coronavirus quarantine, sitting at home, he was growing crazy out of his mind, circling around this old story, remembering it, feeling every excruciating detail, judging himself, feeling shame, not able to forgive himself. And so here's what's so interesting. He told me that when the daily distractions of life were there, when he needed to raise his kids, when he needed to support his wife, the memory of the secret wasn't there. And all of a sudden, all the distractions are gone and he's right back into the secret, right? And so he shared all these things with me. And I want to say, I want to use this story as a teaching tool for you because each one of us has a secret. We all have secrets. And here's the sad and also powerful thing about secrets. When we don't know how to handle the story of what happens, we dissociate. But with that dissociation, we shut down our energy. We literally shut down a powerful stream of our energy, and we're literally a house divided. We're walking through life with half of our energy, right? And so we distance ourselves from the world. We actually use that we use even more of our energy to keep our secrets to ourselves because we're so terrified that people will find out, right? That people will learn, they will judge us. So that puts masks on us and that makes us face the world in ways that really disempower us. We're really not using what happened, those facts of life, in a creative way. All right. So he did not come to a place in his psyche of saying, I have an intense sexual passion. I have a sexual appetite. I clearly do. I had it as a child. I forgive myself for letting that be used in specific ways. I forgive myself for being so scared of not having enough, and then being tricked is the wrong word, but being uh, led into situations where that was used. I use my sexuality to feed my fears of not enough, and using my energy, my sexual energy, in order to get more. Because remember, the sexual energy is the energy of giving and receiving. It's the energy of the second chakra, right? So this is where we receive the world. So the sexual energy can be used to manipulate, and also for us to manipulate others, but also it's an energy that is also creative energy. Some people use that creative energy to build empires rather than for sexual experiences, right? To write, to create, to be artistic. So it's not about judging that sexual energy, that creative, powerful life force energy. It's about making peace with it. It's about using it in a creative way. So had he sat down to process his childhood story and to say, I forgive myself, I allow myself to receive, there's always enough. I don't need to do things that hurt me, that are below my standards of morality, in order to meet my needs. Again, if you're a sexual worker, I'm not judging you. This is not about judging. This is about using the power of the secret. Because every secret is based on an unresolved issue. And so as those things of life happen, as we don't resolve these issues, we're starting to use so much of our creative energy to block and to hide behind, right? So that would have opened up his second question, so that it would not have been a lifetime, 82 years of money, money, money. It's always about money. It's always about money, thinking about money, counting every penny, right? And also listen to the third question, right? Because remember, his third question was, I want to be in a relationship, but I'm not attracting anybody. Every woman I meet, it's either a sister situation or a mother respect situation. And so he could have, here's what I suspect, he's either gay, nothing wrong with it, or bisexual. But when he married, he was able to stay within the rules of, you stay away from that, don't think about that. And all of a sudden, now that his wife has passed away, he's in a new place and he's recognizing, I'm not, there isn't a sexual tension between me and women. I'm speculating about the sexual piece, of course, right? But I think that at 82, I was not ready to shock him and be like, oh, are you gay? I don't think he would have sat well with it, because he was a very traditional gentleman. But either way, going back to the lesson for you, and the lesson for you is, don't let secrets simmer in your psyche. The longer you let them simmer, the more they hurt you, the more they rob you of your energy, your creative power. And I'm imagining that by now you're starting to create lists of secrets in your own psyche, in your own mind. You're thinking, that thing that I did, right? And you're probably even creating an order of secrets, right? Like, this is my big secret, this is my second big secret. And it's not necessary that those facts of life were negative. Remember, everything to our soul is a learning experience. It's just that you have so much emotional tension around what happened that is coloring it for you to say, yes, it's a negative experience, it's a negative secret, it's something that is charged with so much negativity around. And here's something I want to share with you. That fear that you have of telling your secret and sharing it with somebody else, mm, if you were to do that, if you were to share in a safe environment your secret with a group of people, they'll scoff it off. They'll be like, nothing. wait till you hear my secret. Because you know, that to you, which seems like the end of the world, is really nothing to somebody else. They have their own problem area, right? So your secret has tremendous power to move you forward. If you unpack it, if you heal it, if you forgive yourself, if you forgive everybody else, if you use that power to make meaning of what happened. Because remember, everything in life is neutral. I know it sounds crazy when you hear it the first time, but the meaning we give to what happens is the meaning we get out of it. So, in the process of you healing your secret, you will have to tell a new story. You will have to give it a new meaning and then get a new meaning out of it, a meaning that supports you and empowers you and frees you and liberates you to be even more authentic and even more in integrity and even more real and strong and confident in the world. So, no more secrets. Forgive yourself. I'm not encouraging you to spill the beans and tell your secrets to the world. I'm encouraging you to resolve that tension within yourself. Funny enough, I should tell you, I'm a depository for secrets. I hear secrets every day, and my job is to love the person, to help them unpack everything, to help them mm, relieve that emotional tension edge, and then let it all go and find wholeness, find love, find peace for themselves. So, use every tool that you have in your arsenal in order to do that, in your tool belt. Um, Also, reach out to me if you want us to work together. My email is info@mirakelly.com so that we can work on your secret, so that your secret can empower you. We'll talk soon. I love you. I love you just the way you are, secrets and all. Bye for now.